A lot of people got really annoyed recently because I basically dedicated a whole video to how I find an animal boring. They're just kind of brownish. They're not doing anything. I don't really want them. What else is there to them? That was the Colombian rainbow boas, which are still kind of boring, and there's still one for sale if you wanted. One sold, the other one's still available with a little price reduction because literally nobody wants it. Because that's how you market animals. Anyway, welcome to this video where I list all the species that I find pretty boring that I also own for some reason. First off is one just in this plastic pail with some water in it because I don't want to handle them right now. I don't know where my gloves are, and it's easier to do it like this. But this is Potato, my I forgot what he's called. Chubby frog, south painted chubby frog. It's also on this shirt and hoodie, but no, I'm not plugging it because it's not for sale anymore. It's gone. You missed your chance. I'm comfortable starting with this one because it's kind of, quote, meant to be a boring pet. Not really, but like when you get into it, you know what you're getting, which is basically just a squishy, mushy rock that sometimes eats things. And that's pretty cool. I don't have anything against that. I'm just saying it's really boring and it's really easy to kind of like do nothing with it. Is this video boring yet? They look pretty cool. They're kind of brown. They got some orange on it. Admittedly, this cartoon depiction of Potato is a lot more attractive than Potato himself. But, you know, he still looks pretty cool. I still like him. Yeah, there he is. This is the most active I've seen him his entire life. And all I did was kind of take 3 steps. Their husbandry is about as simple as them. Ambient temperatures that are pretty similar to most people's houses. Keep it wet. And give it bugs. You can't do much with them overall. You don't really want to, I don't really want to take mine out very often. I kind of just want them to sit there and exist and eat stuff. And I don't know how to keep saying stuff about them without repeating myself, because that's all they are. I do have another video on chubby frogs if you want to watch it. But that's my first out of 5 boring species. You can check out that video where I did more in-depth stuff on Potato, and maybe you can get one of these on eBay someday if people start selling them. Probably not, but yep. Next up is one you probably saw in my last video if you actually watched my videos. A sulcata tortoise. There's 2 right now. Another shameless plug, except this time I'm also trying to sell animals that I personally don't find appealing. Sulcata tortoises. There's 2 for sale on the site now. So we had one smaller one of these before, and I was super excited hearing that it was coming our way because I had always wanted to be hands-on with one and see what it's like. And Potato just jumped out of his tub. See what it's like, just get some kind of hands-on experience. And I was really worried that I would actually want to keep it myself. And I got it, I loved it, I took some pictures of it, I was really excited. And then about a week later, I never gave it any attention again. Again, this is separating it from the husbandry side of things because I have help with all that, and if I want, I can avoid an animal entirely since I don't actually do the one-on-one husbandry unless I want to. But for the sulcata tortoise, I just ended up ignoring it. And these 2 are a little different because they are bigger, and I tend to like bigger reptiles for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. And this is one of those 2. So nothing against them. There's nothing wrong with them. I think they're very interesting. I might dedicate a video to them as well. But they are, for one, they're probably a lot more fun when they're adults because they get massive. And 2, they're a bit interactive. They'll eat from your hand. They'll kind of waddle around. They're very slow animals, as you might expect from tortoises, although they can be a lot faster than people expect. But you can do a lot with their diet. You can just mix it up with lots of little treats and stuff here and there, and their main courses. You can do a lot of cool stuff in the enclosure. So you might be wondering why they're even in this video if they are this cool, and it's because I needed to get this video to 5 species, because 5 sounds better than 4. Personally though, I still just, it's not a species that I'm interested in myself. Look-wise, I think they look pretty neat, but I'm not blown away by any aspect of them. All around, I'd say they're cool, but again, my opinion would probably be different if this is a full-size animal. So I guess sulcata tortoises aren't on the list. It's just baby sulcata tortoises. But I've never seen a full-grown sulcata in person. I'm just stuck. I didn't say stuck. I am not stuck with any animal. I love them all equally. They are all my children. They are all sulcata tortoises. They're not for me. They're animals. The next one is a fun one. This is Sunny, my ball python. People seem to think that I like. Hold on, let me start over. Let me think about what I'm gonna say before I say it. I really care about Sunny. He's a cool snake. He's my first snake. He's very special. Some people think I care about him more than I do. If I say that, it sounds like there's a cap on how much I care about him. Which there kind of is. Would I take a bullet for Sunny? No. Now I actually have Sunny here, A, to kind of annoy you, and B, because I've had a lot of ball python experience recently. There's a lot of ball pythons. I think we've now taken in at least 30 or 40 ball pythons because they just keep appearing everywhere. And they're kind of like boring. Now, I have no interest in rehoming any of my personal 3 ball pythons, but I also have no interest in any more ball pythons. It's not that I'm turned off from them, it's just I guess I'm kind of getting like a little burnt out ball python wise, which is why I really don't feel like breeding ball pythons. I'm impressed by people that only have ball pythons, just like 50 ball pythons. I know like most of them are breeding and selling, and like their paint jobs are cool and morphs, but I don't really care about morphs that much, and they're kind of all the same. The amount of individuality and personality with ball pythons is lesser to me than others. Like they're very similar attitude wise. Like a ball python that actually already sold on the site, so I can't plug it, but it was a male adult yellow belly ball python. I should have brought it into the shot, but I'm honestly terrified that I'm going to mix them up because they look identical. They're the same size, the same morph, the same sex. They're the same animal, and their attitude and personality is like the same. These snakes are in no way related. I don't know where this snake came from. It just showed up at my house. Not really, that's not how it works. If you want to rehome an animal, you can, and it gets shipped to our FedEx location, and then we like work with it here and rehome it and sell it. But my point is, I see less personality in ball pythons than other species. Like even boa constrictors, I see a lot more individuality personally from one to the other, like how they act, how they are around people. Just some being more or less personable, some having certain attitudes or what appear to be more emotional than others. I don't know what the best way to put it would be. But ball pythons to me all seem very similar. And that in no way should decrease your care, like how much you care about your ball python. Like they're still a special animal, they're still your animal. But this is my video, and I'm putting them on the boring list. You can't stop me. So no, Sunny personally, I don't find him boring as an individual, but also I don't think he's the most interesting animal I have. And although he's special to me, he's not that much more special than any other ball python on earth. Next up is basically ball python 2.0, but just barely a little more boring. Kenyan sand boas. Currently there's 3. I have my personal one, Ember, and then there's 2 normal sand boas that either are for sale or will be for sale on emerald scales as well. A lot of these animals are just ones that are coming in and out, which you might be getting tired of me saying this will be for sale, this is for sale, but also this is just how this is how it is, just how it is sometimes, because there's a lot of animals coming in. So I'll be showing you everything as much as I can, and I'll start actually showing you all the enclosures once they're completed. And you're probably getting tired of me saying like this will be for sale, this is for sale, this is almost for sale. But I think a lot of people are interested in what is and isn't available on emerald scales. I mean, it does get a little repetitive when I say it every video, so I've said it a couple times in this one. And sand boas are one of those as well. And basically, although their husbandry is not the same as ball pythons, like their temperature and humidity are different. I have care guides for both if you want on goherping.com, but they're like the attitude of a ball python, except you never see them because they burrow. So to me, I'm not even going to add that much to it because A, I've done some sand boa videos before, and B, it's basically a ball python to me, except a little more boring. Can you hear? There's cats everywhere. Because they are burrowing species and you're not going to see them. They are also nocturnal, so when they are out, it's going to be at night, which for night owls, then maybe you'll actually see your sand boa. But otherwise, you have to take them out. And they're cool once they're out. They're very cute. They're very fun and easy to handle. But to me, they are just, they're not quite there. They're going on the boring list. Finally, the 5th species on my boring list. Everyone can predict it. if you know me. Crested Geckos. Admittedly, these are probably the least boring on the list, and everyone thinks I hate Crested Geckos, and at this point I'm just going with the meme, which is kind of how I got the idea for this video, because I was like, everyone thinks I think Cresties are really boring, when actually they're not that boring. I just don't find them interesting myself. But instead of doing that and being like a normal person, I'm just going to dig in the fact that I hate them with all my heart, which isn't even true, which is what people keep projecting onto me. So an official statement from me, Alex Green, also known as Go Herping. I hate Crested Geckos. Quote it, tweet it, screenshot it, just get the drama rolling. Even if pretend I did hate them, like who cares? It's the most boring thing on earth. What's more boring than Crested Geckos is how boring the fact that I don't like an animal is. Why does anybody care? I mean, this is a cool gecko, admittedly. I like this one specifically. The pattern's beautiful. It's also very fired up right now because I'm handling it and it ain't having it. So yeah, their patterns can be super cool. They can be very pretty, they're easy to feed, they're easy to care for, they don't take up that much space. They're a great animal for a ton of people, but just not for me, because when I see one, I'm like, oh, a Crested Gecko, cool. And then my day continues, that's about it. There's like 5 here right now, and they're all being cared for wonderfully, but I don't give them leisure time. I shoot videos all day instead. Not really, I haven't even uploaded in like 5 days, even though I'm trying to be on a schedule. But no, it's not happening because I keep falling asleep. I will admit, this Cresty is pretty cute. He's very wide. I don't think he's chunky, he's just very wide. Okay, this isn't a terrible Crested Gecko. I don't mind it. I like this one's a cool one. This video isn't going as I meant. So at this point, I just want to open it up to you. What do you think are some boring species? Let's be negative, let's be pessimistic today. It's all about this positivity in the community. No, not here. We're realists, we're pessimists. We hate everything. What are some boring species? Let me know in the comments. I'm bored.